Aynur Tursunbayeva with guests of the studio cooks dishes of Oriental cuisine. Qazaq Life, Tagam. Hello friends. As usual with you, the Tagam program. The guest of our kitchen today is the founder of the Khankizy chain of shops. Entrepreneur, strong Qazaq girl, Zhanar Khankyzy. Zhanar, welcome to our studio. Thank you. Zhanar Khankyzy, psychologist, entrepreneur. Favorite dish, Lagman. Favorite drink, apple juice. Favorite color, yellow. Favorite poet, Mukagali Makataev. What kind of food are we going to cook today? Today we will prepare the Uyghur Dungan national dish, Lagman, which has been honored for many years in Kazakhstan. Lagman is delicious, hearty food that is always found on the Kazakh table. I think everyone knows how to make gravy. The most important thing for us is the Lagman dough. Right now we will tell you in detail how to knead the dough and how to pull it. What kind of ingredients do we need to make an Uyghur national dish Lagman? We need meat, vegetable oil, garlic, tomato, onion, potato, carrot, pepper, dill, and greens. Do we need bitter pepper? Yes, we do. After the dough has rested, I cut off a piece and pull it. Is it a rested dough? Yes, it stood for 1 hour. Why I ask? It's because Lagman's dough is very important. We do not add egg to the dough. We knead the dough only on salt water until it's moderately soft and leave for half an hour or an hour. Then we cut the dough again and let it rest. Do we repeat this several times until the oil is absorbed? Yes, we do. We lubricate the dough with vegetable oil so that it does not stick. It's convenient for good hand pulling. Should I cut something? You can cut the meat into small pieces. I basically cut everything into cubes. We don't have time to raise children, teach them how to cook. What about our mothers? Why do we have so little time? The speed of the Earth's rotation can also affect. When we were kids, we tried to learn everything. As you've noticed, today's children are closer to technology. Most of us cannot teach a child if there is no incentive on their part. Now we teach them according to their enthusiasm. We ask them, what do you want, to find out their needs. Our parents didn't ask our opinion. Modern children are very smart. And we just did what our parents told us. Do you think that our parents were right when they told us to do something without asking our opinion? I think it's better to give the child what he wants. It will be difficult for a child if we oblige him to know everything and learn everything. We know it now after we have been educated ourselves. And our parents taught us, don't tell them, do not know it, tell them you know everything. They used to say, don't disagree. By saying do everything that we told you, we overload the child. It was the upbringing of our children. And nowadays, open-minded parents are not bringing up their children this way. Modern children are free. They are not doing everything that you tell them. Now we're putting water to boil. Do we need to heat the pan? It's already heating. We have cut the meat. How much oil do we add? We do not add too much oil because it's harmful. Now we can cut vegetables. I am from Kygen. Potatoes grow very well in Kygen and Narınkol. If I'm not mistaken, the most delicious potatoes in Kazakhstan are from Kygen and Narınkol. Yes, Narınkol potato is a brand. Sellers emphasize that it's Narınkol potatoes. If the viewers don't mind, I'll cut the vegetables into cubes according to my method. We know very well that you're good at household chores. Some people first fry onions. I do it according to my method. I fry the meat first. For Lagman, you can use any meat that you have. Where is salt?
Qanday et var, sodan jasaymiz. Tuzumuz qayda?
Here's the salt.
Qara burish qo'shiladimi, qo'shilmaymi?
Do we add black pepper? Not now. First, I add salt by eye, because this is not a salty meat.
Көз мөлшермен салам.
What other dishes do you love to cook besides Lagman?
Мен палауды жақсы жасаймын.
I cook pilaf very well. I may call you when we cook pilaf. I went to America and cooked pilaf for my children and for Qazaqs there. Don't they have pilaf in America? Their meat is not the same as ours. I heard that it's very difficult to take meat with you to America. Yes, they don't allow the importation of meat. How did you do that? I didn't. I brought meat from there. Did you make pilaf from local meat? Yes, I made pilaf every 2 days. Let's stand 5 minutes to fry. Your speed has no limit. Do we add carrot? Yeah. Now we're going to slice it. Do we chop the garlic or not? Yes, we do. Now we put the tomatoes. This tomato core contains really poisonous elements. I think it's all about how you think. Otherwise, there was no one who ate the tomatoes and died. Maybe you should not be frightened all the time when they say, this is harmful and that is harmful. Yes, I agree. Put onions and fry a little. Our onions are fried. What a smell! Put the pepper and fry it. Pepper has its own special taste, smell, and beautiful appearance. Should tomato paste be added? We will add it later, with tomatoes. Now I'm going to put the carrot. I'll clean it up. Now we put tomatoes. We fry it a little and add tomato paste.
Және де кішкене мынандай қызанақтан жасалған. Томат дейміз ғой енді. Томат қосамыз. Ол да енді
The amount depends on your preferences. Some people do not like tomato paste because it gives acidic taste. Let's wait for 5 minutes. And then we will put in carrots. Put a little bit of bitter pepper. In general, Uyghur Tagam people often use bitter pepper, don't they? They say it's good for the immunity. Does it strengthen the immune system? They say people get sick less. How true is that? I don't know. We don't eat spicy food at home because it's bad for the liver, the bile ducts. Now we will add the carrot. What a delicious meal. We put carrots. Did you put the bitter pepper? I did. Let's pour water. In general, dry Lagman is not so tasty, is it? I prefer making more gravy. Me too. My family do not like the guru Lagman. They love the homemade Lagman with plenty of gravy. Our water is boiling. Now we pull the noodles and send to boiling water. The gravy is almost ready. Now it's starting to boil also. Can we reduce the heat? Yes, then we put potatoes. I turned down the fire because the water is strongly boiling. Let's pay attention to the noodles. Look how thin these are. Can I help you? Yes, you do. I also want to show you my masterclass on how to pull the noodles. How well the dough rested. So now this is our most important moment. Basically, the surface of the dough should be closed. Then will it be easy to pull the dough? Yes, it will. In general, Lagman's dough is very fond of vegetable oil, not butter or other oil. Therefore, it's desirable to grease the hands and the dough repeatedly with oil. The dough was made 1 hour ago by Zhanar. Therefore, this dough is pulling very well. In our childhood, something like mante and Lagman was not cooked every day. If mom said today we cook mante, we would be happy like it was our birthday. Yes, that's true. Making mante with our family was a kind of a school of life. Remember, we used to ask each other, do you know how to make mante or dumplings? Or we'd call each other to make mante. We used to say, today I can go anywhere because we make mante. There was such a tradition in our home when making mante, everyone should sit together on the table. Last time, Zhanar Khankyzy visited our kitchen. And she said, when a woman cooks, she needs to put all of her love into the food. I do agree. When she's making a dough, she's saying, how soft this dough is, so is my mood. How flour and water have united, so does my family. And said that all thought, love, and affection should be put on this meal. How true is this? Zhanar, you are a psychologist too. Only when you do something with love, then it has a good result. A person will enjoy doing it. He or she receives energy from this. Zhanar Khankyzy says, I do not get bored at home, because if I hit my legs, I ask the chair to forgive me. She says that everything in the house has its own energy. How true is this? I hear it from you now. But I think it's right because there is energy in everything. In general, when you are at home, whatever you do, you have to do this at that moment. When cooking, it's important to focus on the food without thinking about other things. Think only about that food. Turn your intentions and pay attention to it. The more you value it and focus on it, the more result it has. It can be understood that giving importance to anything is like giving energy. Anything that is energized is necessarily fruitful and effective. May I cook this dough? Yes, of course. This dough may look sticky. However, it absorbed quite an oil. So when it is thrown into the water, noodles separate from each other. The best of Lagman is its noodles. The dough of Zhanar, her noodles were so soft. It seemed that she put her love in it. Look at it. Do we put it in the cold water? I do it differently. I don't put it in cold water. I pull out noodles gently and then mix it with the oil. Then the taste remains the same. How many minutes should I cook? About 10 minutes. Well, our gravy is boiling. Are we going to pour it? Yes, here. Don't we pour water in there? Let's add a little water and salt. Put pepper. We had a special spice for the Lagman. Let's add it too. I remind you that Zhanar is cooking today her own recipe, Uyghur national dish. I wanted to say that there is no fixed recipe. Now I'm adding potatoes. Everyone should cook at their own discretion. I wanted to say that there is no fixed recipe. The right food is the one that you like and your family loves to eat. Many people ask me, why do you add potatoes to meat? It changes the taste of meat. Well, I cannot eat meat without potatoes. I say, why should I ask permission to add potatoes to the meat? So it's best to do whatever you want. Someone does not eat onions. Others do not eat bitter peppers, and some do not like fatty foods and so on. Ainur pulls the noodles very well. I pull with hands like this. Ainur works with 3 of them. There are so many things to learn from each other. In our childhood, we went to the house of our friends who can cook a pie, and we tried to learn it from her.
солай үйренуші едік. Студент кезімізде дос қыздарымызбенен
We had the tradition of inviting girls from school to our home.
Оны жасатып үйреніп,
Біздің кезімізде сондай бар еді.
We cooked different dishes.
Үйге шақырып, иә.
Now this tradition is absent.
Қазір енді бұл дәстүр мүлде жоқ. Қазір кафеден жиналып
Young people now gather in cafes.
енді жалпы айтады ғой.
In general, a child does what he sees at home.
Көрген нәрсені жасайды деп. Ойлаймын, бәрібір жасайды ғой бұйырса. Иә, көрген жасайды ғой деп ойлаймын.
Қамырымыз болға ажырады.
Here are our noodles. They didn't stick at all.
Қамыры пісті.
Noodles are ready.
Көтеріп қойық.
Do we add some water?
Суын көтеріп қойық қамырдың.
Let's add a little.
Қамырға тағы да?
Су кішкене қосайық та. Сонда су татылмайды.
It's not sticky.
Ыстықтай қамырға.
We used to put hot noodles into the cold water.
Сонда әдемі болып жабыспай бір-біріне.
We will add a little vegetable oil to the hot noodles so that they do not stick to each other.
Бұның әдемі лагманы болып шыға келді.
The national dish of Uyghur people has been cooked by a well-known entrepreneur, Zhanar Khankyzy. As a rule, Lagman seems like a time-consuming dish, but it's easy to learn and very tasty. Our Lagman is ready. Zhanar showed her method of making noodles. She did not put the noodles in the water. She just added an oil. That's why the noodles kept their shape. Yes, it keeps its shape. Tomorrow it will be still fine.
Осылай порция дейміз ғой енді. Әр адамға. Сосын саламыз.
My first favorite dish is Lagman. On the second place, Qazaq. Our gravy is ready. I'll make the first portion for you.
Алдымен Айнұрға қойайын енді.
Bon appétit. Enjoy your meal.
Әкең сенің жамбас жеген жамбасты, басты аса құрметті адамдар жейді ғой.
Let's make our dish beautiful. Food should always be beautiful. Dear viewers, well-known entrepreneur, Kazakh businesswoman Zhanar Khankyzy came to our kitchen today and cooked Uyghur national dish Lagman. I can say that Zhanar is the strongest daughter of her motherland, who contributes to the prosperity of our spirituality by promoting national blankets, dowries of the bride, and ornaments. Thank you. I know you very well. Now you showed us that you're a very good cook too. Our grandmothers would say she has a sleight of hand in rolling out the dough, and I think we've seen what kind of a chef you are. Thank you very much for showing your respect and finding time to come to us. Thank you very much. I'm convinced that today's program was very interesting. Stay with us and see you soon.